We've been to Toronto, Niagara Falls, the 1000 Islands, Ottawa, and Montreal. Today, in the last leg of our Canadian journey, we visit Quebec City. Enjoy! We arrive at Quebec City in the early afternoon after driving for over 3 hours from Montreal. Our hotel, the Chateau Laurier, very well located. Next to the hotel is the Grand Hall, often called the Champs-Élysées of Quebec City. Lined with Victorian mansions, it is the epicenter of the city's nightlife. We are hungry, so we have a late lunch at this place we've chosen at random, called L'Atelier. The pulled pork poutine and the Quebecois wine were spectacular. We walk towards the old city. Our hotel, as I mentioned, is impeccably located right next to Quebec City Armory, which unfortunately was partially destroyed in a fire back in 2006. As you can see, we are just a few blocks away from Les Fortifications, the old city walls. As we walk along, we pass by the Parliament building, home to the Parliament of Quebec, inspired by the Louvre in Paris, the Fontaine de Tournai, originally built in France in 1854. Let's walk through the St. Louis Gate under the city walls into St. Louis Street, which takes us into the historic heart of the city. Quebec City is the only fortified city left in North America. It is often called America's most European city, and I can see why. I mean, look around, look at this street, and we're just scratching the surface here. The white building with the red roof is Ancien Canadien, the quintessential French-Canadian restaurant, and which we'll visit later, of course. The French Embassy at the heart of town. We finally arrived to the Terrasse du Ferune, where we can admire the most photographed hotel in the world, and pretty much a symbol of Quebec City, the Chateau Frontenac. This is the newly repaired statue of Samuel de Champlain, who was a French explorer and the founder of New France and Quebec City. The whole historic district is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Old Quebec is divided into the upper and lower city, and right now we are in the upper part of town. We continue walking around, and as you can see, it feels very much like you are in Europe, with the outdoor cafes and the street musicians. It is such a beautiful afternoon, perfect weather. The Holy Trinity Cathedral. This tall building is Edifice Prise, the only skyscraper in Old Quebec. City Hall, or should I say Hôtel de Ville. And here's the Notre Dame de Québec, which stands on the site of the city's first chapel. Right next to it, the entrance to the Université Laval, which we are going to circumnavigate now, if you will. We start by walking on the side of the Notre Dame on Rue de Bode. We encountered this building, which we found out is the post office. Walking around the Montmorency Park, we get a few glimpses of the lower city, with the Place Royale first and the St. Lawrence River in the distance. This mural is called Les Fresques de Québécois. The Université Laval was originally the Seminary of Quebec, established by the first bishop of New France to train young men for the priesthood. Today it is both university and seminary, and the site of the School of Architecture. As we continue walking along, we spot Rue sous le Cap, the street beneath the cape, which is somewhat hidden between the cliff and the backs of the Rue Saint-Paul houses. Unique, with its stairs and walkways, it used to be the city's red light district at one point in the past. We continue walking along the side of Laval University, this time by the School of Music, walking the steep grade towards a square wedged between the City Hall and Notre Dame. There are some street performers doing their thing, doing some kind of stunt, so let's watch.
Okay, Isabella. Thank you very much. Now the other one. Merci beaucoup. Please give her a hand. Clap, clap, clap. Vous êtes capables? Ok, les gars, il faut pour de vrai.
Next, we go down to the lower city, down these stairs and this steep street called the Côte de la Montagne. And more stairs. This is the Escalier Cascou. This area is called the Quartier de Petit Champlain, and its main drag, Rue de Petit Champlain. Cobblestone streets, restaurants, shops, and tourists. Lots of tourists. I need a beer. This mural is La Fresque de Petit Champlain, located where Petit Champlain merges with Boulevard Champlain. We continue roaming the streets of the old lower city, and what a view of the Chateau Frontenac. And this is La Fresque de Québécois once again, which depicts the city's history and its many historical figures. We take the funicular back to the upper city. There will be more time to explore tomorrow. This funicular, by the way, it is pretty historic too. It is the only one of its kind in North America. It was built in 1879, originally wooden and steam-powered. It was electrified in 1907 and then rebuilt in metal after a cut fire in 1945. At the top, we are once again by the statue of Samuel de Champlain, the city founder, and the Edifice Prise, the Art Deco skyscraper somewhat reminiscent of the Empire State Building. And the Chateau Frontenac, commanding the scene. And the wide boardwalk of the Terrasse Dufferin, created in 1879 by Lord Dufferin, Canada's governor at the time. We pass by the main entrance to the hotel. Did I mention it is the most photographed one in the world? We also stumble upon the US consulate. Good night for now. We wake up on the next day, eager to continue exploring, and we find out that today they are having a bicycle race. Once again, we approach the old city. We walk along the Rue Saint-Louis and pass by the Place d'Armes. I think we've seen that statue before. We take the funicular down to the lower city, as it is our intention to take the ferry to the other side of the river. Once again, we enjoy the charm of the Quartier Petit Champlain and a great view of the Chateau Frontenac. The ferry crosses the river to the neighboring city of Lévis, although the main reason we're taking the ferry is for the views. There's not a whole lot to see on the other side, so we return. And the bicycle race is going full throttle. We have lunch at the Bistro Sous l'Effort, which is very nice, very cozy inside. Great food. And may I recommend the brie cheese flavored with rum, maple syrup, and topped with pecans. Yum, 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 yum. Moving along, we've been to this area already, so let's go back to the upper city. They are having some kind of comedic act. I don't get it. Not my type of humor. And the race goes on. We go inside the Chateau Frontenac for one of the best martinis ever. The ambience had a lot to do with it too, but the martini was great, and beautiful hotel, by the way. Come on! More racing. We discover this hidden park on Mont Carmel. It's the Parc du Cavalier du Moulin. Hidden from the crowds of tourists, it is the site of an old windmill. And we pass by this residential area too. Not sure if we're trespassing. We go back to the hotel, and the bicycle race has finally ended, apparently.
And we're back. The race is over.
Next, we go to the top floor of the Observatoire de la Capitale. Besides the great 360-degree views of the city, there is also a historic museum with old photographs, very interesting in a 1960s kind of style. From up here, we can also see the Grand Dalle and our hotel. The Fontaine de Tournai is apparently a popular spot for wedding photos. And guess what? We're going back one more time. This time, however, we are exploring Les Fortifications, the city walls. We don't really take the tour since we prefer to explore on our own and enjoy the sights.
This doesn't work. Plains of Abraham. There's a big concert coming up next month. We're gonna miss it.
The Plains of Abraham was the site of the battle where the French lost to the British. This determined the fate of Canada and forever changed the course of North American history. We arrive by the river and begin walking on this boardwalk and going down these stairs that I suspect will eventually lead us to the Terrasse de Forêt. And I was right. Here it is. And great views of the river and our famous hotel. Yeah. Tonight we are having dinner at Ascension Canadien, a very well recommended Quebecois restaurant. As I said before, we had a pretty good wine and the pea soup, and we had the bison bourguignon style with poutine and the maple syrup creme brulee, and topped it off with a glass of calvados. Life is good. Santé. We end the night by taking a horse-drawn carriage tour of the city. The tour is very informative, and we got a very friendly and knowledgeable guide. The locals refer to this government building as the Radiator. See the resemblance? We also pass by the Plains of Abraham, and we learn about the wild party coming up at the end of June. It officially commemorates Canada Day, but the Quebecois also celebrate La Fête Nationale on Saint Jean Baptiste Day. We also learn how one side of the street was destroyed by cannon fire during the war, so they had to rebuild it, and whoops, looks like they forgot one cannonball, and the tree grew around it. Nice to see the city at night from the comfort of our carriage. We passed once again by Ascension Canadien, where we had such a delicious dinner just an hour ago, and by the French Embassy. We end our last night in Canada by taking a stroll along the Grand Isle, the epicenter of the city's nightlife. And it is bustling with activity, even though we've heard that Quebec City is not really famous for its nightlife. We passed once again by L'Atelier, where we had lunch yesterday. There's also a bunch of guys cruising on cars with hydraulics. Pretty cool.
Hydraulics? Mira, bien pala.
Time to go back to the hotel. Good night. Well, I hope you have enjoyed our Canadian journey. This is the last video of the year, so I'd like to wish all of you happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and a very prosperous 2014. I've had many more comments this month at youtube.com/travelingrobert. HN Skateboarding commented on the East Coast road trip video. Great video, thanks, and greetings from Germany. Vicente Alonso Pino commented on Montreal. Gracias por compartir sus viajes. And William Alas commented on the New York video. Wow, what a nice video, man. Greetings from Belize. I really do appreciate your comments, so keep them coming, and I might read one of them in a future video. Hit that subscribe button right now so you don't miss anything in the future. The music for all the Canada videos is now available in iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, and most other places where music can be heard. And once again, Happy New Year, thank you for watching, and see you on the road.